So guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we've gone big. We have an 89 rated player in the form of the brand new FUTMAS Ibrahimovic card. Now, the SBC to get this card is currently costing around 140k, which, you know, isn't that bad considering the overall rating of the player. But the question is he worth it? And that's what we're going to discuss in today's video. But before we continue, if you could leave a like on the video, that would be awesome, and comment below if you've tried this card and how it performed for you. On to the card comparison we go, and as you can see, this FUTMAS card actually hasn't been boosted that much from his non-inform. +1 on his pace, shooting, defending and physical. The +4 on the passing isn't bad, but overall the upgrades aren't really, you know, very exciting. This card doesn't like it's been boosted much, which is a shame. Now, I realise it's a high rated card, so EA don't want to be boosting him loads, but surely they could have boosted his pace a little bit more and perhaps at least given him 90 shooting. So what stands out in-game attribute wise? Well, that 92 shot power certainly does. He's got 88 short passing, which is brilliant for a striker. The 93 composure is great, as is the 89 strength. Negatively, I have to say his balance is absolutely horrendous, and it definitely can affect him a lot in game, as you will see later on in the footage. We have to chat about his heading because, you know, it's Ibra. The man stands at a huge 6'5", and he is going to win 99% of aerial battles. Anyway, let's get into the in-game clips and let's discuss his performances. And I'll start off by saying, you know, the obvious, he's slow, so you can't use him like you would other forwards. You've got to work around him and you've got to use him to his strengths. If you don't do that, then, you know, you're just going to find him frustrating and you're not going to like using him. Let's move on to something positive, and that's his dribbling. He's really good on the ball, especially for a player of his size. One issue with similar style players like FUTMAS Carroll and Herrera is they lack that on the ball ability. Whereas Ibra, even though he's slow and tall, he's actually great on the ball. He's got really good course control, which I loved, and the fact that he's got such great strength, he protects the ball very well. Now, I found his shooting to be pretty interesting. When I first picked him up, I was expecting him to be just ridiculously clinical, but, you know, to be honest, I didn't find his finishing to be that amazing. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but it wasn't at that elite standard like I expected for a card as highly rated as him. I actually had a lot more success shooting with this card from outside the box than in it, which, you know, is a bit surprising. Well, it's not surprising that his long shots are good, but it's surprising that, you know, his finishing inside the box wasn't as good. Hopefully that makes sense. But that does bring me on to his long shots, which are amazing. They're like just absolute rockets that normally surge into the top corner, and you'll see that in the clips multiple times. The guy is a threat from distance, so if you do come up against him, make sure you close him down. Passing wise, I was very impressed. His short passing game is class, and his through balls and crossing are not too bad either, and that does make me think he could be a really good cam, and we'll talk about that more very soon. Physically, we know Ibra's got great strength, but his balance, like previously mentioned, is awful. So if when he's taking off a shot, he gets knocked ever so slightly, and when he connects with the ball, he's off balance, as you can imagine, the end result isn't going to be great. Positionally, I was a bit frustrated with Ibra because in some instances, he would be in the correct, perfect position, but in others, he was nowhere to be seen, and I think that's down to both his lack of pace and his work rates. So the lack of pace means that sometimes he's not going to be able to keep up with the pace of the game, and his work rates are medium-low, which means that he won't be pushing to go forward as much as other players. And now we come on to the main question, which is FUTMAS Ibrahimovic worth picking up? Well, to start off with, I think it's really good that you can get an 89 rated special Premier League player for under 150k. On paper, that is a great deal. However, I've got to say, I don't think this card is much better than his non-inform at all. They're very similar, and honestly, there is just not much difference. So off the back of that, unless you really want this card for whatever reason, I would just stick with his 88 rated non-inform and save yourself some coins. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on this brand new FUTMAS Ibrahimovic card. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like on it, comment below if you tried this guy and how it was for you. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.